Alright, well, so I'm not doing anything right now. Might as well do what I'm good at. And that's watch movies. It's currently a Wednesday. I could be grabbing life by the balls, grabbing the bulls by the horns. But here I am, freshly shaven. And let's see. I smoked a cigarette today. I took a shower today. Played a game. I played 2 games of League of Legends today. What else? Yeah, that's about it. That's about it, really. You just love the magic of reading a book and just disappearing for a while. It's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get started. Let's get this day going. Let's go ahead and close the Riot client. Let's open a new page on Safari. Open up YouTube, and as you will instantly notice, Super Mega is back, and they're back. They're back, stronger than ever. As you can see, Super Mega Year in Review 2022. That's a 5 hour video. That's a 5 year video. That video is 5 hours long. As you can see, I have not watched this is any other drama shit that went down. So as any good content consumer, any we'll say well digested, you know, content consumer, I'm gonna type in Super Mega conspiracy. And instantly, I'm not gonna watch these really long videos. I don't know who Fear is. This guy's at Hassan's house. Oh, this is Hassan's podcast. Oh, this is epic. Hassan Piker, basically known as Soylib, Soylib, Soylib Fox News. If you need a Fox News to blabber at you in a soy manner, just go to Hassan. See what he's up to at the moment. It's crazy that he single-handedly like fights Fox News. Him and all his Soylib followers.
About 2 years ago, I realized that Jade was overweight. I wish I would have introduced the fresh food a lot sooner. After Farmer's Dog, she's a much healthier weight. She's a lot more active, and she's able to join us on our adventures.
Um, just all these Germans watching Hassan Piker. You and the 13 other Armenians watching Hassan Piker.
Cultural and sensitivity topics our approaches leads with the creation of joy in marginalized players. Here's the greatest lie anyone's ever fucking told. Okay? That at the top of the hour there isn't a 3-minute ad.
Oh no! Fuck! He got me! He got me! Ah! Alright, let's go back to let's do this. I'm just gonna do scarce super mega. Cause scarce I'm sorry. The scarce still exists. Scarce hasn't posted in 8 months. Rice Gum. What's Rice Gum doing? Yeah, whoops. No. My ex-girlfriend called me. We picked up. 3 years ago. Is Rice Gum a dad right now? KSI made a video with my ex-girlfriend. It's really crazy that reacting to my ex-girlfriend's breakup video. It's really crazy that only in like as far as 2019 yeah, this is illicit. um as far back as 2019, um you could get away with 2 million views on surprising my girlfriend with the dream vacation. I bought a puppy with like a dog clearly not as big as the cleavage on this photo. Girlfriend Fortnite distraction challenge. I don't know what I ever expected of Rice Gum, but underwater date with my crush. The girl's like 69. He just has a video called The Girl's Like 69. And this is, I think this right here really represents the dynamic of 2019 content. You take an image and then you saturate it. So let's have some fun here, right? Let's let's pretend like I have Photoshop. Um let's do something really quickly. Just pretend like I have Photoshop. Um, let's just find some images here. Where are you? Okay. It doesn't look like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Anyway, let's just understand that you take an image, you put a bunch of words on it, you deep fry it a little bit, and then this was 2019 content. I mean, did I need to see Rice Gum cover 6ix9ine running into Chief Keef beef drama? Girlfriend caught cheating on her boyfriend. What is this thumbnail? You know, serious injury. It's just uh, professional Fortnite, dude. It's like just shameless. It's baffling that as far back as 2019, shit like this still existed. One kill, one dare, Fortnite roulette with model Summer Rae. Alyssa Violet. It's bizarre to me that as far back as like 2018, content could look this shitty on the surface. Rice Gum had a Christmas song. He had Naughty or Nice. Can I touch your butt? That's the second video that was just titled Can I Touch Summer Rae's Butt? If you're unfamiliar, Summer Rae is like an Instagram model who just sort of blew up because because of her butt. Just looking at it on Instagram is kind of like admiring like a painting. And for some reason, Kiss, I was living with her at this house, or sorry, this dude named Rice Gum, he was living with her at this house as far back as 6, 7 years ago. Let's see. It's just people would criticize him for making bad content, and then he would make even worse content. By just being irrational, I guess appealing to like the middle schoolers by like being the middle schoolers worse psyche, if you could embody like it's like seriously this guy put Lil Pump wannabe in parentheses. Yeah, yeah. If you're unfamiliar with Rice Gum, we're cataloging his fall off as a career. You're doing bad as a content creator when you're just exploiting your girlfriend's body for lustful clicks. Um, you failed as a YouTuber if you're making me and my girlfriend videos. Um, and I mean that. Not in the way that like a girl is gonna stop and like watch Harry Styles videos, like old One Direction videos. I mean that in like everything in this guy's life was exploited for views. My ex, reuniting with Summer Rae, TikTok star takes my ex girlfriend, reacting to my ex girlfriend breakup video. My ex in her TikTok house roasted me. It's like nothing going well for this dude. Um, which is fucked up because it never started good. The first time I watched Rice Gum, it was the Jacob Sartorius video where he's just no way he's just live bullying this child on the internet. Um, that's crazy. And they collabed later, and that's what I and that's like a real dynamic here. Is he roasts this kid Jacob Sartorius, who's at the time popular on TikTok's precursor Musically, right? In any social media site, there's someone who was never before seen and for some reason gains the keys to like all of these preteens hearts. At the time of Vine, it was this guy named Nash, and then during Musically, it was this kid Jacob Sartorius, I suppose, 7 years ago. Um, but look, he made a video roasting this guy, roasting this little kid, and then he made a video with the little kid. You know, in fact, They made a song, and the thumbnail is just the two of their faces together. It speaks to. It speaks to.
Dude, I told Timmy, like, dude, I clearly said, I'll just block you. You know, block him. Like, right away. Bro, block him. Like, crazy. Bro, dude, I know, bro. How do you feel about me hitting 2 mil on YouTube? Dude, I'm so proud of you. Like, I've watched you grow. You're an inspiration. I really just admire your videos. Stop, bro. This dude really does look like an elf. They're just good quality, you know? For an amateur. Yo, and, what do you think about Sweatshirt? Have you heard it? Have I, bro?
Oh, that's enough. That's enough cringe. Oh my god. Oh man. So, okay, let's go back to we were so Scarce. He was this guy, and he just covered YouTube drama. You can go back as far back as like years, and it's like he would functionally cover YouTube drama, right? Oh, this YouTuber said that this guy's video sucks. This guy said he's gonna take a break from his career. This guy called this guy the N-word, sort of a deal. And again, it's like the equivalent of like paparazzis, but on YouTube,
Dude, I told Tim.
And this was like a classic moment, was when he finally decided to do a face review.
Oh, it's recording, right? I'm gonna stop.
Is it recording?
I'm not gonna stop it. I think so. It says 38 seconds. Okay.
Is it working? Is it working?
No, nothing.
It's like a
How do you-
classic
can I
move to
zoom?
have a YouTube channel and then like
Oh.
not show yourself on camera until you finally show yourself on camera. Oh yeah, the most replayed, obviously. It's very humanizing. That's haunting. That's very haunting. It's very humanizing. He just went out there with this girl.
He's one.
This is the
Go.
classic clip from this video.
Count by 3.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scarce here, and today I'm doing my face reveal video. I know a lot of you guys wanted this for a while. The fans seem to want it, and
There's something really comforting about hearing him say that every time he starts a video. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scarce here, and
we got a race to win. Let's go. Like I never left.
That dog just saved us.
We should call him Arthur the King.
Are you gonna be able to pat him with the dog?
It'd be a lot easier if he was a Chihuahua.
we should call him Arthur the King.
Aveeno Wash and Lotion.
Oh, I
Locks
love
in 2
watching
times the moisture
ads.
in 2
Oh,
steps.
it's so nice.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scarce here. Now, our first story for today comes from the company known as Media Muff. Now, for those of you
Wow. Scarce, are you doing okay? Dude, you somehow look more decrepit than
what's up,
me
guys?
right
It's
now.
Scarce here. Now, our first story for today comes from the company.
I'm so glad you've taken a break from YouTube, dude. You look unrecognizable. This is wild. This is wild.
As Media Muff. Now, for those of you who don't know what this company is, it essentially would scam YouTubers by falsely copyright claiming their videos, okay? And this was a pretty big operation. This operation had 8...
Yeah, I can't imagine covering like
Dude, I told
the
Tim.
most minute sort of things on YouTube is gonna be worthwhile, you know. I guess I'm speaking to myself here, that if I choose to turn on the camera and just blabber over, useless useless jargon for entertainment. I might dwell into some real decrepit goblin-like status. So let's go back to Super Mega. I just need like a decent sized video. So different people have things to say. You know, some people are saying this thing, other people are saying that. Here's a full recap. I appreciate that there's a 7-minute video, perfectly sized. I don't need to hear your opinion on what happened, right? Some people have an opinion over what happened. Other people have like 50-minute opinions about what happened. Like this guy, Matt from Super Mega. Let's just click on this one.
Okay, listen, so this is Super Mega, and they're recently under fire for some accusations of covering up certain kinds of assault. I'll let you read between the lines here. So, full transparency, I was completely unaware of who these people were prior to making this, so I'm gonna try to stay neutral and just...
Alright, who's wearing a bikini here? Do you see how... Wow, they made this guy look like a Skyrim character. Wow, this thumbnail is awful. This thumbnail is awful. Again, and then we go back to this theme of putting someone's face, turning up the saturation, and then like turning up the contrast, and then just like having them look at you. You know when like you walk into the club and people just go. There's this scene from this movie, because like I said, watching movies is all that I'm really good at. It's called check this out. So the premise there is that these guys are walking. These guys they just go to parties. They just go to like nightclubs and try to get laid. You know, your classic swingers bit. But they went to this house party in LA in the hills, right? If you know anything about LA, it's Los Angeles. So it's where Rice Gum moved to. It's where Logan Paul moved to, for instance. It's where Super Mega lives, right? It's like a creative mecca for people that want to be in the industry, in the entertainment industry. For instance, the movie talks about people moving there because they want to be actors and such and such. But if you walk into a room, people look at you in the face, like something in your brain triggers, right? You're like, and these YouTube thumbnails are just crazy, dude. They're just crazy to me. You know, not only is this person soy facing, right? It's just borderline unethical to it feels unethical to have all these people looking at me in the face, because it's not even them, you know what I mean? it's not even them. It's someone else in these videos, right? Like, I'm making a video, and then I'm going to put someone else's face in my thumbnail. Even though it should be my face going, like, I'm going to put someone else's face in my thumbnail because I have nothing good to say. I have no reason to be here. I have nothing to add to anything. I'm just going to put someone else's face and fucking trigger your brain.
And show the evidence for this stuff. There's 2 apology videos, a 2.5-hour long exposing video, 2 multiple page long Twitter statement, and a 3-hour-long Twitch stream. So I'm going to try to recap all of this for you guys today so you can get fully caught up.
Have you ever kept a secret for someone else that you didn't need to? If you haven't, good, don't do that. But if you have, I know what that's like now.
So this whole thing
Let's just play it. Let's just let it play out. Let's just let it play out.
with an expose video from Lex Updog, where she claimed that a former artist of the
Did you just say up, dog?
Mega channel that goes by the name of Dawn DRRR attempted to force her to give oral sex. She also claims Watson and McGee, the 2 people in charge of making the Super Mega channel, essentially did nothing when she tried to come forward with this information. It's implied that they tried to kind of cover this up. She claims that McGee said technically Dawn isn't an employee, so we don't have to do anything, and that this channel was his magnum opus.
He said to me, after I told him about his friend that actually assaulted me, his friend and employee, he said, Super Mega's my magnum opus, and I would hate for something to mess it up. He said that multiple times.
She later releases a summarized version of her video in the form of a tweet that says, "In November, I was assaulted by Don. On the first night that we met while dating, we were staying at Matt Watson's house. He attempted to physically force me to give him and the only reason I didn't was because I was forced to physically resist him when he didn't listen to my verbal commands to stop. I waited to confront Don until Creator Clash 2022, where I could keep it offline and then never see it again, but Don was invited to Matt's house in LA right before I moved to LA to stay in the house that they use as an office, the Super Megaplex, for their, YouTube channel. She goes on to talk about how they were more seemingly concerned that other people would find out about the issue at hand. She mentioned how Dawn would come to the house and she would resort to hiding in the bathroom. She mentions how all her actions, as well as others, were consistently held against her, like her going to see her mother on her birthday and another individual whose name is Rav, whose partner apparently had an attempt. This all eventually led to them being kicked out of the house and being homeless. Dawn released a statement saying, "I apologize to everyone I've upset, again, especially to Lex for what happened in the past. I'm going to clarify a few things about the post that I made and some other things that have been said. My previous post had some poor wording, and I'm trying my best to make sense of what I'm trying to say. Before we had met in person, Lex and I discussed many times about being with each
Dude, do you see how it's like just so redundant? It's like, dude, what do I have to do with all this? You know what I mean? What do I have to do with all of this? What do I have to do with any of this?
and we talked about other sexual boundaries in bed. My intentions were
I
never
don't need to hear this.
way. I tried to apologize to her that night it happened. The night we broke up and the night that we went home. Told me in person, and even then I was too stupid to comprehend anything. I just really want to say I'm sorry for putting you through this. All I can say is that I really didn't mean for it to turn out this way. Again, I'm sorry for everything." Another accusation unrelated to this was from Leighton. He claims on a Twitch stream that McGee showed him his
August 12th, 2021, I was hired full-time. I became a true member of Super Mega. That was like the coolest day ever. And unfortunately on that day, 2 things happened that I put in the back of my mind and tried to sweep off because I really wanted to love my job and believe that these guys, down, deep within, aren't that dumb of people, and even though they would make jokes about things that I would never joke about. So, I get hired, I join the team officially, and then I'm walking down the hallway towards the kitchen, and Matt yells from the office in the back room that he might as well show me his balls because I'm gonna see it anyways. So he goes, "Hey Leighton," and I turn around, and sure, I didn't, you know what I mean? I just think it's a bit. But I turn around, but the dude's balls are out, and then he puts them away, and I'm like, "Matthew."
He claims that
Who left you all alone down here? I'm playing a new game with Chauncey. He says you're not.
Watson would text fans inappropriately.
And then I found out a few months ago that Ryan's fans. One of those screenshots came out today. That I couldn't believe when I was shared that information. That not only does Ryan misgender this person, but he also is, he's also texting fans, potentially behind this person's back. And
another claim from another individual named Morgie or Morgpie was Watson cheated on his girlfriend with him and then ghosted him.
So 2022, it was immediately flirtatious. Like you would not be able to tell from reading.
I think I know who this person is.
That he had a girlfriend at the time, but I ended up finding out a little later because we started texting. We went from 3 DMs to texting, and then he just kind of like threw out. I was like, one day I was like, hey, what are you doing? He was like, oh, I'm getting lunch with my girlfriend, and I was just like, oh, he led me on severely, and he basically used me for my body and then ghosted me.
Okay, now, this is where we get to the apology videos. They made 2 videos, one for each person. Ryan admits the situation was handled very badly.
I was spineless. Could have been handled so much better, and should have been handled so much better, especially since Lex was the one who trusted us with her story and her trauma.
In reference to 16 fans, he says,
The fact that I had inappropriate communications with fans while in a long-term committed relationship. While technically these actions are between 2 consenting adults, it truly is pathetic, and there's no excuse for it.
Matt makes his own video and says that Leighton, the individual from earlier, was just an angry employee who, after being fired, dedicated to taking his platform away. He says that he was essentially blindsided by a lot of the call-out posts, specifically from Lex and Rev, because they all seem to have made up recently, but he does apologize to Lex again.
Because we did not take it as seriously right from the jump as we should have. Instead, we asked questions and tried to do some detective work and get to the bottom of it, and maybe have Dawn talk to Lex to try to.
I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Figure out, if this was a misunderstanding.
It's a serious,
which I now see.
It's a serious moment. Okay.
Terrible move.
He addresses the Morgpie situation and refutes all claims that he cheated on anyone and just hooked up with her a couple times prior to getting with his current girlfriend. That was a little.
This dude, he just in his apology video admits to hooking up with Morgpie a few times.
In relation to his video, so that's my bad, but generally the idea is that he tries to portray that this whole situation is a dogpile on him. He eventually goes after, even commentary channels for covering it, saying that they're trying to capitalize off of someone else's sexual assault.
A lot of people, mainly Leighton and his close friends, have used this as an opportunity to capitalize off of what friends have used. This as an opportunity to capitalize off of what was initially someone's story of sexual assault. It seems like the story lost its plot and quickly devolved into a dogpile on me and Ryan, when I don't think we necessarily were the focus to begin with.
Which Boblax responds and says,
I just want to share what's going on to help amplify
Oh, sorry.
May need it, or to...
It's good. This guy's saying a lot of important things to his microphone when Pikmin 4 is playing in the background. Why do you keep doing that?
Hey, what's up? We were in the middle of watching this at 8:30.
I'm so sorry. I don't
Mostly,
know.
honestly, keep larger creators accountable of their horrible things, as their parasocial audience seems to quickly forget and forgive even the most heinous things.
This whole thing is like a giant mess. I hope I portrayed it in a way that you guys can grasp. Let me know if there's anything that happened that I happen to, miss, because there is a ton going on in this. Again, I want to stay as neutral as possible and just present the facts of what's going on. Anyways, from what I can tell, that's all in this situation. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Anyways, I'm out. Thank you to channel members Sergeant
I want to
Frost,
stay neutral.
Lucian.
I just want to present the facts. That was great. Look, that saved me a lot of time, right? That saved me a lot of time. So basically, Super Mega is this YouTube channel They used to edit for Markiplier. They don't anymore. Okay. Their names are Ryan and Matthew. They're these guys, right? Grew up on YouTube. They're like second coming of the heck? Legend. They're like the second coming of yeah, she kind of looks like my ex-girlfriend. Can I say that? I don't know. They're like the second coming of like Filthy Frank. You know, if you're not familiar, Filthy Frank and iDubbbz, they used to make these videos. They have this like edgy humor, right? And Super Mega does as well. For instance, if you go to their channel, right, there's my two lovely uncles. Classic song. I'm gonna mute the. What the heck am I looking at? This song's basically just a sweet song about my two uncles.
My uncles took me.
Right. They also have like a song about I don't know, my brand new shirts. I don't know. Anyway. They're just the two guys on YouTube, but they have a good following because they have like the sensibility that a lot of kids that grew up on the internet, they grew up watching the same kind of shit that they grew up watching, and so they have this like social commentary that's like funny, but in an essence, they're sort of just like big kids that have the freedom to have their own house. For instance, if I type in the Super Megaplex, they have a house, you know. Like they rent a house. They rent a house in Los Angeles where they film all their content. I'll just play their newest video, I guess, with no context here. And you can tell, you know, they.
Oh no! Welcome.
They got like the green screen. They have different rooms in the house. And so it's almost like they're children. You know, they're like big kids, but they can have funny ball humor. You know, walk around naked or slap one of each other's butts, or make countless jokes about, you know, sucking each other off or something. That is something that they do a lot. Is they pretend to kiss on their podcast, or they're like they do a gay joke, but in like a very adult sense, which is sort of what you know, a lot of humor is about. If you look at like Filthy Frank, Donkey Kong, what they're doing is like
no, Bowser is it?
they're making like a video where they dress up as Mario and Luigi.
Sometimes Bowser is a stupid cunt. What are you thinking, man?
That's like what little kids would do, you know, with their friends, except they're big grown-ups, so you know, this guy's smoking like a big blunt, you know. Donkey Kong's over here smoking a banana. They're like throwing barrels at each other down a hill, you know. It's actually really funny.
Yeah, fuck off, you filthy pumice.
Right, it's like it's the amalgamation of like, oh, look at me, I'm grown up, but look, I'm doing this thing. You know, it's like what I'm doing right now. The Deadly Twister, for instance. It's self-explanatory. Bad things happen when they do a Twister trick, right?
Right for yellow. Whoa! Oh, it's been fucking icing for a while. It's cold as hell. It's gonna hurt. It's numb.
He's had his foot on ice, I think.
Oh, come on, Jake. You can do it, Jake. You can do it, Jake. You're a brave dog. Jake, 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 Jake. Ah!
They're dressed up as Adventure Time characters for some reason.
Hey guys, Wyatt Jake's dog. Welcome to Deadly Twisted 2. When the spinner lands on purple, you take a drink. Yellow spots, we got white tracks. My favorite. Blue spots, we got ice and salt. Red spots. This hurts. Red spots, we have shots of vodka. Double shots. Double shots of vodka. Say Alright, you're out. Yeah, fuck off.
Right, you understand the premise. We just, look at us, we're a bunch of freakazoids making videos. Right, let's go back to what's important here. I'm gonna open up a big photo of Matt Watson. They have this gag where they're kind of unhappy that their career is just, they're like YouTubers, you know, and so the gag is that it's Matt Watson from Super Mega, you know. They're content creators in a sense. Let's keep this photo open as I try to recapitulate what I learned from watching that video. So they have animation on so Matt Watson, they for every episode of the podcast, they used to have these little animations, right? Just the thumbnail for their video. So essentially they would pay their homie to draw the animation. You notice there's a difference in the art style. The bottom one, I believe, is their friend Dawn, who is sort of a recurring character to the show. But did you steal my friend Glimbo's gold?
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Hey, you! Did you steal my buddy Glimbo's gold? So, did you do it?
Better not have stolen my friend Glimbo's gold. Anyway, that person is apparently was accused of soliciting for sex someone else, and then that person that came out with the allegations had an uncomfortable time at the Super Mega house, right? Again, the house where the Super Mega guys make content, the same place where one of their employees supposedly was also sexually assaulted, this time by one of the crew members, Matt Watson. He showed his nuts to the guy. Yes. Now, the censorship of Super Mega is part of their humor. You know, the fact that they will show their nuts during a video, but then like censor it, comes directly from this Filthy Frank sort of today we're playing Deadly Twister sort of energy. It's sort of the anything for views mentality of showing your nuts on video, but pixelating it. It's meant to be funny when they do it, and they're creative guys. You know, they have this like sickly sense of humor, but they at sometimes they feel like they feel like they feel like your friends. You know, because they so often make content, and a lot of it just goes unannounced. Like you're not watching a lot of their playthroughs, but when they make like a Christmas special, something that's like a glorified vlog, you know, like a high effort vlog, then it's a good video, you know. Anyways, one of their employees was unhappy that they saw Matt's junk on the first day. He was also called, you know, homophobic slurs. He would do that on camera. There's like in the video, he just calls him gay, and he like makes it a funny thing. Which again, it just sort of lingers on their like on their humor, you know, anything for views, everything is funny sort of humor that the Super Mega Boys be sort of capitalizing on, I'll say, for instance. Matt Watson cheated on his girlfriend. Like, that's none of my deal. It's got nothing to do with me. Ryan McGee, like, solicited nudes from a fan or something. Like he said, two consenting adults. Like, again, none of my deal. Like, so often with these like YouTube dramas, it's like everyone's born with a pitchfork so that they can point it at the guy to blame, you know. Suddenly everyone was pointing their pitchforks at Matt Watson and Ryan McGee for hosting, you know, like a precarious work environment, you know, making girls feel unsafe at their work environment, supposedly cheating on their girlfriends, you know, soliciting sex from a girl, trying to cover up sexual assault. It's like big slander on these guys. But at the end of the day, it's like they took a big break from YouTube, you know, try to recover from this. And it's just confusing. It's like, okay, so neither of you. Okay, got it. So you guys are apologizing for doing something that was a bit out of pocket. I see. You guys are apologizing for being kind of out of pocket. You got caught up, you know, with this and this. You're holding yourself accountable for it by apologizing. Poor Ryan McGee had to apologize for receiving nudes online. And they came back. You know. A lot of, you know, Mason Greenwood, for instance, Man United player, he went to jail for like rape. Right. At which rate it's like, well, I wouldn't want that guy on my team. Right. Football players have gotten fired, have gone to jail for beating their wife. But if they're good, then you still get an NFL contract, you know? Super Mega. At the end of the day, are just fiending for your eyes' attention. Just like anybody else on this platform. You know, you get to choose who you watch. That includes people with weird allegations tied to their name. What you gotta consider is whether that's really good for you or not. Yeah, that's it. Not bad. Not bad.